There are still plenty of questions surrounding the stabbing death of a well-known gym owner in OTR. Patrick Herringer was killed a week ago. The suspect, Mordecai Black, went AWOL from his parole at a local halfway house after cutting his ankle monitor. Local 12's Chris Arnold has been looking into documents that show the Ohio agency in charge of overseeing parolees may not have followed its own procedures. Chris?
Well, Paula, those procedures detail what parole officers are supposed to do in a case like this, where Mordecai Black was deemed what is known as a violator at large. One of those procedures was supposed to include contacting several places and local law enforcement the same day the violator at large request is submitted. But Cincinnati's police chief and mayor say they were never notified about Black cutting off his ankle monitor and leaving the halfway house.
He was a guy who you wanted to be his friend. He made you a better person.
Kentucky state lawmaker Mike Clines is Patrick Herringer's cousin.
We're absolutely devastated. We certainly feel it could have been avoided.
Documents show that may be the case. Mordecai Black was found to have gone AWOL from a Cincinnati halfway house in February after a parole officer tried to visit him. The Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections says the officer got a warrant for Black's arrest and declared him a violator at large. Black could be seen in this video he posted on TikTok back in April near a bus stop downtown. The Department of Corrections procedures for those who are a violator at large are listed here. That includes contacting local law enforcement agencies, holding facilities, and the county and city jails to make them aware of the missing parolee. It goes on to say this is all supposed to be done the same day the notice is sent that a parolee is missing. Every attempt to find them has to be documented. In a statement on Tuesday, Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Piraval says when Black cut his ankle monitor, city law enforcement should have been notified immediately, adding that didn't happen.
We must be able to trust that the criminal justice and judicial systems will take the necessary steps to ensure continued oversight of individuals who pose an ongoing threat to public safety.
Klein says the family has 3 goals moving forward.
I do think, too, we want Over the Rhine to be a safe place for Sarah to continue to operate the Finley movement. And then I think 3, we want to push the leadership. I mean, leadership to me is about how well you handle the hard things.
Well, the Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections says after receiving a warrant for Black's arrest, they turned it over to a multi-agency law enforcement task force. However, they didn't identify who or what that task force is. Paula?
And we looked into the number of times people cut off their electronic monitor or flee the halfway house program in which Mordecai Black was a part of. The latest accessible reports are from fiscal year 2023, and they show more than 8,000 people entered the halfway house program. Of them, more than 4,500 successfully completed the minimum program requirements or more. However, more than 30% of enrollees failed. More than 1,400 people just left the program. 51 committed a new crime, and more than 1,200 violated one of the program rules.
Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.